So, I talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on this channel a lot, and I had noticed that Kevin Costner had come up in my alerts a little bit, because they had apparently gone to, I think, a charity that was held at his property, at his house or whatever, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was at his house. And then I also saw something pop up on YouTube. It was like a YouTube short, and it was literally showing like Whitney Houston and him, and Whitney Houston looked absolutely gorgeous. She had on this red dress, and Kevin Costner was kind of like, and he was like, the caption said, Whitney Houston, the love of my life, and it spoke on how Kevin Costner had basically fallen in love with Whitney Houston and how he loved her deeply, and he kind of never had the guts or something like that to act upon it. And I was just thinking, wow, that's what happened. I've got a soft spot in my heart for Whitney, of course. Like, we all, I think, absolutely hate the way that she went out. I think we all really, really wish that it didn't go down that way. And when I look at her and Bobby Brown, especially what happened to her daughter, it's like, I just see something that is so unfortunate. I see something that, it's almost like star-crossed lovers from the Shakespeare pieces. It's like, maybe Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston really, really loved each other, and I think that they did. But it does make you begin to wonder and imagine, right? Like, what could it have been like if Kevin Costner was that person for Whitney Houston, who would have been that comfort to her troubled soul, instead of that irritant, to her troubled soul. And I think this happens a lot, I think that happens a lot in modern love, but I also really have to point out the element of race here. I don't, you guys tell me what you think. Maybe I'm missing the ball a little bit. Maybe I'm a little bit objective, or subjective. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, because I'm in an interracial marriage, but I do also know that there was a time where interracial marriages were also less accepted, even though the 90s was a time where a lot of, innovative, progressive things were emerging and happening. Some of those mentalities were still there. I can even remember, sort of, in my, earlier dating days, in my 20s, where I was a lot more naive, a lot more, how do I want to say, my heart was much more on my sleeve. I definitely remember a few times there where, I was around close friends, male friends of other races, and it was like they moved towards me and then they reculled, and it was like, what just happened? And I think as a Black woman, and it's not that I've always been out there seeking people of other races to date. I've dated people of different races, and that's no problem. You should date people for the person that's on the inside. But I would sometimes wonder, hey, maybe there was something else to that. Maybe there was like a fear of judgment, of like, what would my parents think? What would my friends think? And I really hope that wasn't the case, because Kevin Costner, apparently after that, he divorced his wife. It's just like, wow. And if that really is the case, if he's really walking around here thinking, that was the love of my life, and she's in a box on the ground now, that's also a huge weight to carry. A heavy, heavy weight to carry. I know people here who are elderly individuals, and their spouse died back in the 90s, and they will not marry anyone else, ever consider doing it, and they never have, because it's just like they're walking around with that piece of their heart and they can't change it. You know, I talk to my husband and tell him, you better drive safely, because you better not leave me a young widow, because I mean, it's like, it's serious. It's serious. So if that's really the case, it's like, dang. I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, because when I saw that, I was absolutely blown away. Not even to add the extra layer of the fact that Whitney Houston really was like our sweetheart, you know? She was like the world's sweetheart. And I think Kevin Costner even spoke on that she somehow always inside of there felt that she wasn't good enough. And I just hate that, because it's like, did she not see herself? Did she not hear herself? It's like, what? And I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. I watched the final 48 that followed, you know, those last couple days when she was alive, and her fall into that Hollywood trap of just drowning and burying yourself in drugs and alcohol to make the pain stop, to fit in, you know. It's tragic. It's tragic. But I think she's somewhere better now, you know? Like, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I think that she's somewhere better now. I think about that scene from The Bodyguard of her singing Jesus Loves Me. It's like, there's irony in it, there's real deep humanity in it. It's absolutely profound. But yeah, I want to know what y'all think. Maybe I'm not clarifying myself very well. Maybe I just spoke a bunch of word salad, but to me, this coverage of this little story was just, it was beautiful, it was heartbreaking, it was sad, it was somehow comforting as well to know that, like, even if it was some sort of star-crossed love, she was loved by somebody in that way that was really, you know, healthy and sweet and functional. And even if it was dysfunctional, you know, even if it was like from afar, that it was there, you know. It's just, guys, tell me what you think in the comments. And if you're new to this channel, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button, hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.